All right, welcome back. Um, so Saints restructured Derek Carr's contract, and now out of the blue, Derek Carr is suddenly injured and could potentially have season-ending surgery. Man,
What?
this
On what?
stinks.
What do you hurt?
He hurt his shoulder. Apparently, it's the same shoulder injury that he hurt. Yeah, this past year when they played the Chiefs on Monday Night Football.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, and apparently that shoulder hadn't healed. I don't know. This is sound fishy, man. I don't, I don't want to try to start no conspiracy of maybe he trying to push his way out with a trade by telling the Saints, I don't want to play for y'all. But man, this just seems so fishy. All of a sudden he hurt now.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
And so yeah, because I'm thinking, what did he hurt his shoulder on in the offseason?
Right, exactly. Exactly. How did he irritate it or it's just been bothering him that long? But you played at the end of last season. You
That's
know,
what I'm
so
about to say. Did he get hurt? Like, what was his injury last year that kept him out most of the time when he was out?
that was a shoulder injury. I think he
That
fell
was
on his shoulder when the Chiefs
mm,
hurt him, and then we had to go with Spencer Rattler,
Rattler.
and
Yeah.
Spencer proceeded to lose 6 straight games.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember that. I just
yeah,
didn't remember it was shoulder, but yeah. Yeah, okay.
yeah. So I don't know what we do at quarterback now. I don't know what's going to happen. Do we draft? Do we try to move up to get Shador? I mean, he's probably the only one that's going to be available. Or do you
Well, you
roll
know,
it
I
back
saw
with
that
Spencer?
mock draft. I told you I saw that mock draft that had y'all taking Shador Sanders.
That's what I've been hearing. I mean, right now we got a crisis on our hand. We need a quarterback.
Yeah, yeah. If you plan on doing anything this year at all, yeah, you definitely gonna need a quarterback
but
for sure.
but but is Shador? I mean, I don't know. You answer this for me. I hadn't. I watched a lot of Colorado Buffalo games. What is Shador's superpower? Is it accuracy? It's not arm strength. What is it?
No, it's not Austria. It is his accuracy. It is his accuracy. As a matter of fact, I think he led the NCAA in accurate in
Completion
playing.
percentage. Yeah, I think it was like 74%.
Yeah, yeah. Consider how much he threw, and it wasn't just a bunch of bubble screens.
Oh, yes,
He
it
threw
was.
the field. It was some, but it was he threw down the field plenty too. He definitely threw the ball down the field plenty. It wasn't like a whole bunch of short passes.
I
He
felt
had
like it was a whole
plenty.
bunch of bubble screens.
No, not a whole bunch. It was some. It was definitely some in there. But I mean, that's what you
Okay.
have to. You kind of have to, especially
Yeah,
how bad
yeah,
their line was. They had to
yeah.
throw some things in there.
They
I
did,
mean,
and how bad their running game was. They didn't have much of a
and
running
bad
game,
as
so
the game was, right? They ain't
yeah,
really
yeah.
had no. But I mean, to me, to be honest with you though, he is just a bit overrated, just for the simple fact that we saw what he did. I mean, yeah, he put up some gaudy numbers, but we also saw when he played the better teams that they were
Right.
getting down.
Yeah,
I mean,
dominated.
they'll go times and times where they wouldn't score any points. You
Right.
know, what was that team they played? They was up like 28 points at halftime and ended up losing.
Oh, I think I
I
know who
forget
you're talking
what
about.
team they played. Was it Nebraska? No, no, it wasn't
No, I thought it
Nebraska.
was Colorado State or somebody like that.
Colorado. I think you're right. I think you're right. I think they was
Yeah.
winning 28 nothing at halftime, and I can't even remember they scored a point in the second half. You
Right. It
know,
was like 34,
but
31 or something like that.
right, but stuff like that stick in my head over the 500 yards he did in your debut game when you
Right.
came out threw 504 touchdowns or whatever he threw for. Uh, that type of stuff sticks in my head. When I see you, I gotta see you through adversity and what you do. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't ever see you really overcome anything that happened. I mean, I I never see you turned around. It's kind of like when I see him when people was getting at him, they kind of stayed getting at him. I never really seen him turn it around and
Right.
come out of that. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? It's like when he's doing good, he just kept doing good. But when I see him doing bad and not doing as good, it kept along there. I never seen him kind of work out of it.
Right.
Um, so to me, he's a smidge overrated. I mean, he's good, but I don't think he shouldn't even be close to he shouldn't have been in the number one conversation. I don't think
I
number one.
agree. To me, I don't, you know, to me, you got to have the combination of both. You got to have the success in college and you have to have the measurables, right?
Yeah,
he doesn't have the measurables for me. I don't see the arm strength. He's only 6'2", so he's not a big, strong quarterback.
Yep.
He didn't run
Yeah,
the.
like 10? Like I don't
He,
even know what like 210 or something like that.
yeah, I don't even know. I mean, I don't think he's that big. I mean, just looking at it, he doesn't look like a big quarterback. So I mean,
Mm-mm.
just from that, like Josh Allen. I mean, he didn't win a lot. We didn't know much about him. All we knew he was 6'5" and he had a strong arm. So he had
Yep.
that potential. That was the whole thing about him. Shador, like Lamar Jackson, we knew he can run. We knew he was a great athlete and he could pass a
Right.
little bit. So it was
Right.
some superpower that we knew about him. I don't know what that is about Shador. And that's what worries me about him. I mean,
If you ask Dion, it's his IQ, is his football IQ.
mm-hmm,
But I gotta see. Like I said, I gotta see him through some adversity. You've been able to turn around a one-win team is okay. You
right,
know what I'm saying? It ain't like you won a bowl. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Ain't like you won a major bowl or you made the playoffs or something like that.
right.
You know, it wasn't that big of a tournament. It was the first game. What, the first year they won like 4 games,
Yeah.
something like that.
4-8. And then they shut him
Yeah,
down at the end of the season.
right, right. You know what I'm saying? And it
So
came out better this year, but I still didn't see you winning against the top team though. Like some of the better teams, I'm saying, not maybe not the top teams, but some of the better teams, I still ain't see you
right,
winning
right,
against.
right. And when they played against the better teams like the Oregons, I mean, they were totally annihilated. Right, it wasn't even
Annihilate.
competitive. It was like,
Yep.
okay, they don't even belong on the same field with a team like Oregon. So
Yeah.
that's my whole question. And then, like I said, the measurables, right? Okay, your team's not having great success on the field. What's your measurable? 6'1", 216. That's not a big guy. Okay.
No.
Or does he have 4.2 speed? Is he like Jalen Hurts? Is he elusive? No, I don't recall being elusive. So
No, he definitely don't got Dion speed. That's for sure.
yeah, it doesn't have D on
He can move
speed. So
around,
he's
but he's not a speedster.
right, right. So I don't know. I just got a lot of questions. I don't think he changes anything for the Saints if they try to make a move for him. I think the Saints ought to stay pat, take the best player available, and let the chips fall what they may as far as the season. If we stink it up, fine. We get Arch Manning like next year. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
It, it's a
I
lost
think
season.
Archman is gonna be good though. I really do
Uh,
think Archman is gonna be good.
well, he's
I
got the
really,
pedigree. He's got the pedigree. He got three NFL players. Archie Manning is not a Hall of Famer, but Archie Manning, Eli and Peyton in the family, so he has the pedigree.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I
He's
mean,
gonna be. I'm already putting him in the Heisman conversation for
oh
next year.
yeah. Let's
Yeah.
see. Let's see what his size is. Oh, he's got the size. He got the size 6'4", 225. So he's
Yep.
got the measurables,
Yep.
right?
He can run. Got a strong arm.
Got a
Oh my
strong
God.
arm. So even if he doesn't have any success in college, he's got the measurables to be an NFL quarterback. So right then
Yep.
and there, you're like, okay, like Brad Johnson. Brad Johnson didn't even play at Florida State, but he was 6'4", 6'5", 2 something, big arm.
Right.
NFL took him. So I don't know. I gotta see what's gonna happen. I'll let the chips fall what they may. I think Derek Carr screwed us. We should have never hitched our wagon to him. Um, I've been saying it for the past 2-3 years that when we signed him, this was a mistake. It was a mistake. And yes, we're gonna win 7, 8, 9 games, which is worse. I would hate to be there to win 7, 8, 9 games and not make the playoffs and be stuck here in the middle. Because the next year you're gonna get a middle draft pick. Either you make the playoffs or you stink it up. One or the other. I'd rather stink it up than not make the playoffs. So
Yeah, I
I
get
don't
it.
know.
I definitely on that. I mean, you could be in a perpetual middle like Dallas, you know what I'm saying, and never really get a top three pick, but you never get a 31st pick. You
Right.
know,
right.
uh,
right.
you
And
know,
you're stuck right here.
you-
And you're stuck getting mid-level college players coming out. Because you gotta hit. You gotta get lucky with number 15 in the
yeah,
draft. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
pretty much.
you gotta get lucky. So I don't know. I mean, Kellen Moore gonna have to really pull something out as you know what. to do something with this team
Yeah, that's
without
your
Derek
head
Carr.
coach now. I forgot, keep
Yes,
forgetting Kellen Moore's your head coach now. Wow, I still can't believe that that actually happened so
that is.
quick. I mean,
Yeah.
I think he was only a coordinator for 4 years. I think he went maybe two years with Dallas, 1 year with San Diego, and 1 year with Philly.
Well, how long was he the offensive coordinator in Dallas with?
2 years. He came as a quarterback coach first. Because remember, he was actually our third string quarterback.
Right, I remember that. But
Yeah, and then he transitioned from that to the quarterback coach, and then went 2 years as an offensive coordinator,
but how
quote
long was
unquote.
he the offensive coordinator with the clapping dude, the redhead clapping dude? Your former head
Oh,
coach,
you talk about with
Jason
he was
Garrett.
with that, Jason Garrett. He wasn't there with Jason Garrett.
He was the offensive coordinator with Jason Garrett. He was the
I thought he
backup,
was I thought he was the backup quarterback with Jason Garrett.
and then eventually became the quarterback's coach, and then the offensive
Right.
coordinator with Jason
Then
Garrett.
offensive coordinator. So his last no, his last I thought his last year was with what you call it was his last two I thought his last 2 years with Michael McCarthy.
It were his last 2 years with Mike McCarthy, but he was the offensive
Yeah, that's when
coordinator.
he was offensive coordinator. Exactly.
But I thought he was offensive coordinator before Mike McCarthy got there.
No, he was the quarterback's coach. And
I see.
then because yeah, he was the quarterback's coach before Mike McCarthy got there.
So okay, so he was the offensive coordinator from 2019 to 2022. So 19, 20, 21.
So
So
are they
probably
saying are
so
they counting 2021 and then 21-22? Or are they saying that whole year,
I'm
those
thinking
whole
that
season?
I think the whole season. So that's like 3 or 4 years he was offensive coordinator in Dallas. So he's offensive coordinator for 6 years because then he went to the Chargers for a year, then he went to the Eagles. So he's offensive coordinator
Right.
for about 5 to 6 years.
I don't remember him being there for 4 years with Dallas.
That's what
But
I'm saying.
that could be. I
Yeah, I
mean,
think he,
it's an offensive coordinator. I know he was there as a quarterback's coach because he went straight from being a backup to being a
right,
quarterback,
right.
and
So
then from there he went to being the offensive coordinator.
right.
But
He
he
only
was
was the
there 4
quarterback's
years.
coach for 1 year. He was a
Right.
backup from 2015 to 2017. And then
Yep.
2018 was the quarterback's coach. He ascended fast. Y'all apparently really
Right.
like this
That's what I'm
dude.
saying. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. He
He
went from
ascended.
backup coach to head coach in like 5 years.
right.
A backup player, backup third string quarterback.
Third string quarterback to head coach. From 2017, he was a third string quarterback. 2025, head coach. God, talk
That's
about
crazy.
privilege. Talk
That is
about privilege.
crazy.
Yeah, that's
And did
insane.
nothing to really earn it. Like what was this mind that he had that made you think that he was going to be a great offense coordinator? I just didn't get it.
And
You
Eric
know,
Bieniemy won 2 Super Bowls, and Patrick Mahomes.
right? He coaching Patrick Mahomes, one of the greatest quarterbacks in the league, 2 Super Bowls, and he can't get started job to save his life.
He can't get a head coaching job to save his life. I don't even know if he's in the league anymore. I mean, this is crazy. And Kellen
Nah,
Moore,
he went to college. He went to college for last 2 seasons, I think.
yeah, he did, got
And
fired.
yeah, yep. Then they got fired.
Yeah. I was saying, I don't know what he's doing now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So,
I've been hearing his name like I've been seeing him on TV, and usually that's their way back in. They get on TV and then they kind of throw their name out there and they be back on somebody's team as an
mm,
offensive court. I just don't remember. I mean, he just didn't seem very smart to me when he went to Washington to be the offensive coordinator.
that was a bad decision.
That was just so dumb. You were already
Oh,
offensive coordinator. It was just dumb. It was just a dumb move. And you knew they was on their way out, like they was in the way transitioning to this new team or whatever.
right. Oh, I don't know if he thought um, Ron Rivers was going to be fired during the season. He was going to be elevated to head coach. But either way, that was going to
Right.
be bad anyway because you don't want to be an interim head coach. You're going to get fired at the end of the season. Why
Yeah,
did
with a
you
new
make that
regime
move?
coming into,
Yeah, that just
hey,
was not
absolutely
smart.
no sense. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
if I'm not going
it
to be a
seemed
head
like it
coach,
was-
yeah,
Mhm.
just stay at Kansas City and win some championships.
Yeah, I mean it's no brainer, no brainer. If you're going to stay an offensive coordinator, go ahead, stay there. until you get, because eventually somebody gonna bring you in to really check you as a head coach. Eventually, if you
Eventually,
keep,
some team was going to be desperate
yeah,
because whatever reason they don't like you, at some point somebody's going to be desperate enough and like, okay, we can't keep overlooking this guy that had won, I don't know, 4 championships with Kansas City.
yeah,
Eventually, we
right,
got to give him a job. So,
right, right.
mm,
But I will
um,
say this: since they left, that offense is not don't seem like it's been the same.
no, it has
Since,
not. Yeah,
I mean, it ain't
no,
close.
no, you're right. Yeah, no, you're right. It has not been the same since he left. But keeping with the Cowboys, former left tackle Tyron Smith resigns with the
Yeah,
Cowboys, 1 day contract, so he can retire. How do you feel about that?
I mean, that's what players do. What can I say? He had a great career there. I mean, besides being hurt for the last, I don't know, 5 seasons, you just wasn't gonna get a full season out of him. But yeah,
But I
great
mean,
player.
I'm just thinking back to the time when y'all had him, Zach Martin, and you had this
Mm,
great offensive line, and
man,
man, it just went to waste. It went to waste.
crazy.
Y'all,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, okay. So first, because that was the last one we had just got Dak Prescott and Zeke Elliott, and Tony Romo was there with that line. I thought that was the Super Bowl year right there. I really, really
mm-hmm.
thought that was Super Bowl year, because I was like, everything's in place now. You got an offensive line, you got a running back. You know what I'm saying? Everything's in place now. You got, still had Dez Bryant back then. So, but the, Jerry Jones them just let the line fall apart. Just let the line
Right,
fall apart. Just one by one, they just start falling off, and they wouldn't get anybody to replace them because they had to start paying them
right.
eventually, right? So they couldn't bring nobody else in good, and they stopped drafting linemen like they were doing. Stopped doing that, and they thought they had got a steal off of that guy. I forgot what was his name. It was that black dude. He was supposed to go like number one. They were saying like a top 10 pick, but he ended up not getting drafted or something. And
Who's
Dallas
that?
ended up scooping him up. Yeah.
Mm.
Because he had some trouble in college. I cannot think of his name right now. It's like
And
on
y'all
tip of my
drafted him?
No, we picked him up in free agents.
Mm.
His free agent, he didn't get drafted because of that trouble he had in college.
Mm.
But he had Lyle Collins, I think is what his name was. Lyle Collins. And he he didn't turn out to be as good as he's supposed to be. If they picked him in the top 10, he might have been a bust. He might have been a bust if they picked him in the top 10. But
Okay.
since he was undrafted, we picked him up like that, then he wasn't as busty, but he definitely didn't live into definitely did
So,
not live in.
right. Well,
Mm-mm.
I mean, you guys had some promising players. You made some good draft picks over the year. And I just remember him and Zach Martin, like everybody in the league was envying what the Cowboys had at that offensive line. It was like, man, that's how you build a team from the inside out. And you had that offensive line dominating, and it was just like, okay, some point the Cowboys are going to break through with this, and it just never happened, man. And now to
Yeah.
see these guys retire, it's just like, damn, what happened? You had it. You had the running back, you had the offensive line, you had the quarterback. Eventually, you got the defense, and it's like
Yeah.
it just could never get over the hump.
No, I mean, like I said, Tony Romo got hurt that year. Then we had to bring in Dak, and Dak got on that high streak. And I was thinking it was good. I was like, no, it's good he winning because I get him more time. I mean, they ain't gonna rush Tony back because we know it's gonna happen if they rush him back. Every time they rush him back, he gonna get hurt again.
You're gonna get hurt again.
Let him rest, let him heal up. And he did that, but here we go. Dak on a 10-game winning streak. And everybody let him play. I'm like, well, how many rookies y'all see go win a Super Bowl? There's a reason why it don't happen, y'all. Come
Right,
on.
right,
Take our
right,
quarterback. We take our quarterback back. Now we got two. And I'm trying to tell them, you got two quarterbacks now. You know what I'm saying? So if Tony Romo get hurt again, now you got a backup that you know can play. So
right,
do
right,
that. Don't
right,
don't don't get him ousted because Tony not gonna go to the backup. You
right.
know what I'm saying? So now you're gonna be stuck with one quarterback again. And that's your problem.
Right. But looking back on it, I was like, yeah, let Dak finish it out. But thinking about it, with the squad that you had, you should have went back to the veteran to try to
Dog, man.
finish it off. Let the
That
veteran,
dog,
because
and
at some point in the playoffs, Dak was going to freeze up.
exactly. And you know what really pissed me off? That last game of the season where we already had the number one seed, 13-3, and Tony Romo came out one last time. And he looked so good in that first quarter. Oh my
Mm,
God. He was just throwing strikes, boom, 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 touchdown, boom, 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 touchdown. And then he got off the field. I was like, oh my God, man, we gonna put that on the bench? Are you
mm,
serious? But the hype, the history is history.
yeah.
He had the hype, Dak had the hype. When people start winning, they're gonna say, oh no, even though he's only throwing for like 220 yards a game. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, no. We were that was Zeke's team at that time.
Right. It was
Yeah,
Zeke's team.
yeah. We had the best rushing team in the league that year. You know what I'm saying? Let Tony Romo get some of that. Good
Right.
Lord.
Right. Like I say, I guess I'm just not in those locker rooms and those organizations to make those decisions, but I have no idea how they make some of the decisions that they make. It's like, do you not look at the stats and the history of certain players, man? It's like, damn it. Like, how did you, why would you sign Derek Carr? I frustrates me to no end. It's like, we got 10 years of data. Why would you
Yeah,
do that?
did. Yeah, and his best year he couldn't get over the hump. You
Yeah.
know?
Best
Um,
year he couldn't get over the hunt. It's like, and then you're surprised on the results when he's been in 3 seasons. Like, what? Don't be surprised. I expected this. This is what he does. Eight,
he
nine.
does. Yeah, he'll come out and he'll fire up one game and then look absolutely terrible the next.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's
So
what he's
I
been
would have
doing.
made that move. Like you said, I mean, talking it over with you, I would have let Dak go on his 10-game winning streak. And once Tony was healthy,
Yeah,
let's finish the season, Tony. I don't think rookies don't win Super Bowls. Yeah,
yep.
the best rookie
Rookie.
we seen was Ben Roethlisberger, and he couldn't win
Yep.
it either.
He was close, but no cigar.
No cigars. He was the closest. Rookie
Yeah.
quarterbacks don't win Super Bowls, and you
Yeah,
got to take
man.
that stuff into account. I don't understand what is the hell is the analytics department doing with these organizations? Because they should be bringing this up, not me.
Well, you know what? I think some of the problem is how the organization is ran. I mean, Dallas was who's responsible for what Dallas has been for the last 30 years is squarely on Jerry Jones.
Right.
It's squarely, squarely, squarely on Jerry Jones. I don't care what people talk about. He brought in some good players. You had a lot of Pro Bowlers and all that stuff. Yeah, the way you've been doing it for the last 30 years, it's got you in exactly the same place for
Yep.
30 years.
Yep. Yep.
That's on you. That's on you. Before y'all, when y'all had somebody else that was kind of in charge, Jimmy Johnson, it was totally different. It was
Yeah.
totally, the organization was ran different. People was getting cut when they messed up. You know, you were accountable. Now there's no accountability. There's
Yeah.
no accountability. I can't think the last time. Like remember that time we had that punt block and we were supposed to beat Cincinnati, but they do go and touch the ball. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be cut the next day.
The Leon
You
Let
know what
thing.
I'm saying? He's supposed to get cut the next day. You can't do that.
Right.
That's terrible. You're just horrible. You can't
Like,
lose a game like that in that situation.
but the funny thing is, like anybody that grew up in the '90s, we saw the Leon Let thing, and we all
Yeah.
know you don't touch that ball
Yep.
when it goes
Yep.
forward on a punt or a field goal. Don't touch it.
Yep.
We've learned from
Don't
that one
touch it.
moment.
Yep. Yep. Do not touch it.
Do not
You know.
touch it.
But
I'll
yeah.
never forget that game against the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Leon Lett thing. Yeah, that's famous.
Yes. Yes. Um.
So
Go ahead.
I said no, that was so stupid.
Yeah.
Just so, ball just sitting there, and he comes through the pile of the other players to go touch the ball in slippery snow.
Yeah.
Come on.
Why would you touch it? I mean, it's just like it's gonna be our ball. It's gonna be
Yep.
our ball here too.
Nobody else is running to touch that ball. Here he come.
Yeah. Um.
So
All right. All right. Let's go to college real quick. Couple of things that came up in the news. Uh, I think this is funny. Uh, Colorado Buffaloes are retiring Travis Hunter and Shador Sanders' jersey.
That's so crazy. I saw that crap. Get out of here, man. Come on, man. Seriously. Well, what are
Uh,
y'all doing?
uh,
They've
look,
been in
I
two seasons, and you're gonna retire their jerseys?
retired jersey. Look, maybe Travis Hunter. Maybe I could get along with the Travis Hunter thing, but Shador, really,
What did y'all win? What did
right,
you win? You know what I'm saying? That's
right,
what's up with people that was winning you championships
right,
and big bowl games. You know,
right,
not just because you lit some stats up here and there. I mean, that's why I say Shador just overhyped, man. He just it's so much hype coming up. And don't get me wrong, he's a good player, he's a good quarterback, right? You can't put up the numbers without that.
right.
But the numbers he put up, you can't beat without being a good quarterback. But
Did he
it is
win
a little
anything?
extra glaze going on there. There's a little
Yeah,
extra glaze.
yeah.
You know, they need to calm it down a little bit. They need to wipe some of that off.
Right, right, right. I think it's a bit extreme, but I would think that his father probably pushed that. I would think Dion
Yeah,
had a hand in
he
that.
is. I mean, he's promoting them every time. You see,
Yeah,
he talk. You talk like he done won the Heisman 2 times. You know, the Prime be talking like Shador ain't have a completion percentage under 50%
right.
ever. You know what I'm saying? Uh, yeah. You let Prime tell it. He won the bowl game. He was in playoffs this year. You know what I'm saying? Into the Final Four. And it was always.
Right. Yeah, it's just frustrating, and it takes away from other great players in Colorado history, from the Cardell Stewarts to the was it Rashad Salam, the great running back that came out of Colorado, and then there was a champ that Colorado won the championship once before, so it takes away from some of those great teams.
Oh
Um,
wow, I didn't know that. They won
oh
the national.
yeah,
Oh,
they
I
won
didn't
the
know
national
that.
championship. I want to say 90-91. They won the national championship.
Mm, mm.
Yeah, Colorado won the national championship years ago, but they won it.
No, that's
So
interesting.
yeah, let me see. I can tell you when they won it. Colorado won the national championship in oh damn, I thought I had it right in front of me. I thought it was like 1990. Um, yeah, I don't have it in front of me. Shoot, but yeah,
Mm,
they won a national championship once before.
mm,
Yep,
mm. Did not know that.
1990. Yep, Colorado won the 1990 national championship.
Mm.
Yep,
Okay.
Buffalo won 11-1, 11-1-1 back in the day when teams would have ties.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
then I mean, you got Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. They were 11-0-1. So this is back in the triple option plays.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right.
So football has changed a lot since then. All right.
Yes.
Speaking of changes in football, uh, interesting story coming out of Tennessee. Tennessee is refusing to renegotiate the starting quarterback's NIL deal. Dude wanted to renegotiate. He had a $2 million contract, an NIL deal. I don't want to call it a contract, NIL deal. And he was like, I played really well. I think I deserve $4 million. And Tennessee was like, kick rocks. I don't know.
Wow.
How do you feel about that? I'm kind of torn with this one.
I mean, look, that's just what's going to come with, big money being spent on these college players. I mean, the negotiation. Remember they had that guy who left the team because they didn't
Mm-hmm.
pay him his money?
Yep.
He was like, yeah, what was it, like 400,000 or something like that?
Something like that. He was like at the University of Nevada or somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. It was one of
Yeah.
those teams. Even
So
Nevada, UNLV, something like that. One of those teams, like the Vegas teams, Nevada teams. And so, yeah, you're going to see that now, with the
yeah.
negotiation. So you got to take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
It's going to keep players in the school a little bit longer, but at the same time, you're going to have people just moving because they ain't get paid.
All
You
right.
know what I'm
But
saying?
hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. And this is the thing that annoys me about it, because I'm kind of on the kid's side, and here's why. and it kind of annoyed me when I saw this message, this post from Nick Saban criticizing the kid for demanding more money, and what happened to pride and loyalty and all of this stuff. Now keep in mind, I'm an LSU fan. And I
Hmm.
remember when he was LSU and lied to us and told us, I have no interest with the Miami Dolphins. I am an LSU Tiger forever. And guess what? He was off to Miami. It's like,
Hmm.
hold up, man. And you're going to criticize this kid? And then you left Miami and went to Alabama. And coaches do it all the time. When a bigger opportunity, a better opportunity with a big school, more money comes along, they leave. So why is it not appropriate for the players to do? You do it all the time.
Yeah, I can't really argue with that one. I mean, I can't really argue with that one. I mean, if he knows his value, I mean, is he right or wrong? I don't really know. What's the
Right.
going rate? What's starting quarterbacks? You know what I'm saying? But I mean, once people start knowing their value and they can assess if that's something that they can do, I mean, that's their option. More power to them. You
More
know,
power to him. I
if he
mean,
know he can make more money elsewhere.
they were giving him 2 million, so apparently he was pretty valuable.
Wow,
And so he,
wow,
he was asking for double it. And maybe, I don't know. I got to look at Tennessee's success to see how well they did. But apparently he thought he was worth twice as much.
wow. This is the big, tall, lanky guy, right?
Yes. Yes.
Man, like what, like 6'8", something like that, 6'7". He's like real
Yeah.
tall.
6'6". I don't remember what it was, but yeah.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
I
I'm
would.
torn with it. And I get kind of annoyed with Nick Saban questioning his loyalty and how this affects the college game. And it's like, dude, you left LSU. You left Michigan State. And I
Right.
forgot where you were before Michigan State. So you went up the ladder and you got better opportunities everywhere you went, and you got a salary increase everywhere you went. And you left kids hanging every time you did it. So how you
Yep.
question him? I don't know. The
Yeah.
hypocrisy of it all just kind of annoys me.
I mean, look, I would have to see who's getting paid what in the league, but I will say this: that DJ Ogunglier made $2 million at Florida State last year, and he's getting paid the same thing as him. He definitely need more money. He
That's a good
definitely
way
need,
of looking at
you know what I'm saying? So if that's the case, then yeah, he need more than 2 million because
it. Right,
clearly.
right. And that's probably what he looked at. He's like, look, I ain't getting paid enough. I'm in the SEC and this cat getting paid more than me? No,
Right, right.
no,
And man, if
no.
I see DJ Ogunglier get drafted like anywhere past fourth round, I'm gonna have to choke a GM. I'm gonna have to choke him. I'm gonna
That'd
have
be
to go
funny.
choke him. Like,
That'd be funny.
what are
Go to
you doing?
Dallas.
Seriously, you're not even my team, and I'm telling you that's a dumb move.
While you
Yeah.
joking, he might go to the Saints. As desperate we all for a quarterback now.
Think y'all getting like I said, more marks I see, the more I keep saying y'all taking Shador. Shador Sanders.
Yeah, we're desperate. We're desperate. I mean, but
I
I
keep
think it's going to be a mess if it's Shador. If they decide to go with Spencer Rattler again, Jake Hanner. Jake Hanner's now got a spot on the team because I thought he was going to get cut, but now that Carr is probably out for the season, he's
yeah.
going to stay. So we got
Yep.
three inexperienced quarterbacks. Three inexperienced quarterbacks that's going to likely go start, and if we draft Shador, and it's going to be
Hmm.
awful. Now, if you ask me what I would do, I know y'all. Everybody thinks I'm insane. I'm gonna say it again. My punt protector is 72 as the starter, but we know they're not gonna go with him. We don't like winning. That makes too much sense. The guy had started before and won. Apparently, they ain't
Yeah.
gonna do that.
Yeah,
So
he'd have had more than enough chances. If they want to start him, they would have did it
they
already.
would have did it, but they don't even want him playing quarterback. They don't even want him practicing as a quarterback.
Right.
That's how bad
Right.
it's got. So
Yep.
they would rather lose. I'm amazed by it. I remember when Sean Payton was the coach and Jameis Winston got hurt. And Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill competed in the preseason for the starting quarterback job. Jameis Winston won it, no question about it. Started the season, blew out his knee, and the Saints
Mhm.
went to the third string quarterback and let Trevor Siemian start. Trevor Siemian proceeded to lose 4 straight games. It's
Mm.
like, damn. And then they put in Taysom Hill, and then he won 4 out of 5 games. It's like, come on, man, what are we doing? Are we purposely trying to lose?
Right.
And
Right.
then Carr gets hurt. They play Jake Hayner. I mean, they lost one with Jake Hayner and lost 6 straight with Spencer Rattler. It's like, like I said, I don't know what's going on in these locker rooms. I don't know what's going on in these executive organizational offices and stuff like that. But whatever it is, it's not winning.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they were kind of they were trying to see if anything stuck. But y'all missing receivers too last year though, right? Y'all receivers was all jacked up, like hurt,
Yeah,
right?
towards the end of the season, we lost Chris Olave
Yeah.
and I forget our speedster's name. Um,
Uh, I know it ended up being Scanlon.
yeah, eventually it became Scanlon. But
But I forget who that guy.
but
I can't.
I don't want to use the injuries as an excuse. To me, that's a cop out. Like, because in most cases, those guys can come back. They just don't. It's the loser's limp. It's like, well, why bother coming back? We ain't going to the
Right.
playoffs. Because Olave could have came back. He had concussion issues. He could have came back and played. They didn't play him. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it becomes an excuse. And we already knew after the top two receivers, we had no depth. They knew that going into the season. We had no
Yeah.
depth. That's why we had to bring Scantley in.
Right. Right.
So
He played
you
pretty
knew
serviceable.
this.
Yeah, he
Oh
actually
yeah,
played pretty decent. He put up some
he
pretty
did.
yeah,
He did.
solid.
Him and Derek Carr seemed to click well.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
he played well with Carr. But yeah. Oh, I don't know, man. I'm so annoyed with this team, man. It's another blown season. Um,
You got 2 weeks till the draft, so you know what I'm saying. It's,
yeah,
it's, it's gonna be real interesting if Shador falls that low, which it looks like he's going to
I
now.
think
I
he
mean,
will. Yeah,
he's losing steam now. He's losing big steam now. Um, uh, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens right there
right.
if y'all get a chance to get him right there at 12.
I think we will. We're at 9. We're at 9. So we
Oh
got
no,
top
no, no,
pick.
no. Right,
Yeah,
right.
he's likely to follow us because I mean the only question is whether or not the Giants are just throwing everything at quarterbacks. Like they already got Jameis Winston, they already got Russell Wilson, they already got Tommy, whatever his name, Tommy DeVito, and they
Right.
may even bring in Shador Sanders. They might just like throw whatever they can at the wall for quarterbacks.
Yeah, well,
So
Mock's got him. A lot of the mock drives have them taking Abdul Carter from Penn State. I don't know if
mm.
you've seen him, but he's a beast. He's a
Running
beast.
back.
No, he's like a defensive lineman.
Oh, defensive lineman. Okay, okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
Well, the funniest thing I
Well,
saw,
actually, he's like Micah. He's like Micah Parsons.
yeah,
I'm gonna
linebacker.
say yeah, he's like that linebacker, edge rusher type
But wait,
player. Matter of fact,
but
he wears the same number. He wears 11.
the funniest thing I've ever heard was that the Giants should draft Travis Hunter so he can catch Jameis Winston's good passes and he can defend Jameis passes bad passes. It's
Right.
like, yo, I was like, that's stinking. That's brilliant. He can defend the bad passes and he can catch the good ones. That's
Right.
stinking. Yeah, no. But yeah, no, I
But
mean,
I don't think they're going quarterback though. Because they did so much in the free agency at quarterback. So I just would imagine they wouldn't come back and then turn around and pick a quarterback in the draft too.
right, right.
You
Yeah,
know,
I
that'd
don't
be
think they're
cool.
gonna. I don't think they are, but I mean, I didn't think they were going to bring in Russell Wilson after they signed Jameis Winston.
That's true. That's
that
true.
was that was weird. It's like, why would you do that? Now you got two guys. So Dion said, "Boy, the pregame prayer is gonna be crazy with them two in there."
Crazy to do it, right?
He told Shador, "You're gonna feel like you got baptized."
Yeah, yeah. I saw that.
That was too funny, man. So,
Yeah, because James gonna say something crazy.
oh man, eat a W or some nonsense, man. Oh,
Right.
this dude here, boy.
Yeah, James gonna be going crazy.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
All right, man.
I can't believe he talked his way onto another team, man. Did you see him like promoting himself while he was doing the little interviews?
Yep.
Or like,
With Saquon at the Super
yeah,
Bowl.
like doing the Super Bowl. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You ain't see him doing all his little the sideline reporting, and
Yeah.
he always slip his name in there about, oh, who you think the Giants take? Oh, who you think the Woodcats take? And then it's like, oh, you don't think they should pick me up? He always throw his name in there. You ain't see him doing that?
Yeah. Real childish.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah. Because he asked Saquon,
right,
where do you think I should go? And Saquon said New York. He said, well, which
right.
one? The Jets or the Giants? And Saquon said the Giants. And lo and behold, he becomes a Giant.
That's what he got. Wow.
Yeah. But I don't know. To me, and I know people back home, they love him. People home love him. That's why he was covering the Super Bowl, because he loves New Orleans so much. They had him interviewing people and doing a lot. And then he even stuck around for the parades. So he was very involved. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't understand the love affair for him, but it's there. Thanks for joining us again. We do this thing every week. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Holla.